Welcome, everyone, to this explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're about to step out of the dining room and right into the heat, the hustle, and the absolute magic of professional culinary service. We're unpacking the ultimate masterclass today, the building blocks of a commercial Indian kitchen. We're going to break down exactly how top-tier chefs manage to deliver complex, deeply flavorful dishes at lightning speed night after night. So, get your chef's coat on mentally, and let's get right into it. First off, I really want you to ask yourself, what does it actually take to survive and thrive in the controlled chaos and intense pressure of a professional kitchen? You know, it's one thing to cook a beautiful curry at home for your family on a relaxed Sunday, but it is a completely different universe when you have to execute hundreds of perfect orders, tickets are printing nonstop, and the heat is literally cranked to the absolute max. Just to give you an idea of the global fascination with this environment, look at this. A single video titled The Heat of the Curry Master's Kitchen on a Busy Friday Night has pulled in over 3.9 million views. I mean, that is incredible, right? It just proves the immense worldwide intrigue surrounding this high-stakes career. People are totally mesmerized by the rhythm, the sheer speed, and the skill required to operate at this elite level. So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Global scope and demand. 2. Ancient roots and spices. 3. The 4 master gravies. And 4. Commercial kitchen safety standards.
Let's start with Section 1, Global Scope and Demand, focusing on career opportunities abroad.
Okay, let's dive right into this. A super common question in the industry is, Indian cuisine ka kya scope here, abroad mein? Or basically, what is the scope of Indian cuisine abroad? Well, the answer is simple. It's massive. From London to Canada, all the way to the Middle East, there is an incredible hunger for authentic Indian flavors. If you can master this specific culinary art, there are vast international career opportunities just waiting for you. It's honestly not just a job, it's a passport to the world. But, you don't just walk in on day one and become the boss. There's a really rigorous, structured progression here. You start as a helper or prep cook, then you grind your way up to commis chef, move on to station chef, and finally, you hit that coveted head chef role. And here's a quick pro tip for you. The most commonly asked interview questions in this industry specifically test your knowledge at each of these exact levels. They want to make absolutely sure you've truly earned your stripes before moving you up the line.
Moving right along to Section 2, Ancient Roots and Spices, which is really the foundation.
Every fast-paced commercial kitchen out there actually operates on thousands of years of history. Just look at this timeline. The incredible history of food in ancient India traces its origins way back to the Vedic period. Over centuries, these ancient practices evolved into the traditional era, which brought us the development of the iconic masala box, and finally into the modern era, where these ancient flavor profiles are standardized for the global commercial kitchen. So you're quite literally serving history on a plate.
So before you ever even think about firing up a burner, you absolutely must master these core culinary foundations. You've got to know the traditional Indian masala box inside and out. And that means understanding not just the flavor profile, but the specific benefits of each individual spice. On top of that, your hands need to be as sharp as your mind, which means executing flawless vegetable cutting and knife skills. Simply put, if your prep isn't perfect, your final dish is going to fail. It's really that simple.
That brings us to Section 3, the 4 master gravies. This is the big industry secret.
Now, what's really interesting here, have you ever wondered how a busy restaurant can manage to serve hundreds of complex curries on a Friday night without the kitchen just completely collapsing in a panic? Well, it all comes down to this. These 4 master gravies are prepped in bulk. You've got the chopped masala base made of onions and tomatoes, the rich white gravy powered by cashews and cream, the vibrant yellow gravy driven by turmeric, and that luscious tomato gravy built on tomatoes and butter. These aren't just sauces, guys. They are the highly versatile building blocks for almost everything on the entire menu. And this brilliantly illustrates the power of that system. 100. With just those 4 master gravies sitting ready on the station, a skilled chef can combine, tweak, and build the bases for the 100 most popular dishes in India in literally a matter of minutes. They aren't back there making every single dish from scratch per order. They're brilliantly constructing them from these master bases. It is an absolutely incredible display of culinary engineering.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, Commercial Kitchen Safety Standards. This is where the science comes in.
So, the crucial point here is HACCP. That stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Point.
Listen, you can be the absolute greatest flavor artist in the world, but if you don't understand this systematic, preventative approach to food safety, you are simply not going to survive in a professional kitchen. Mastering food hygiene is absolutely non-negotiable. That's especially true if you're looking to secure those lucrative roles abroad that we talked about earlier.
Let's move along and see how this builds. To avoid the dreaded danger zone, those temperatures where bacteria just multiply like crazy, a commercial kitchen relies on a strictly controlled flow of food temperature. It's a very precise, closely monitored journey going from cooking to rapid cooling into the chiller and finally into the freezer. Every single step of that process is logged and verified. Like I said, it is pure science. And honestly, nothing tests this science quite like cross-contamination. Mixing raw meats with prepped vegetables or maybe ignoring those color-coded cutting boards, that is a guaranteed recipe for disaster. Strict separation is literally the only safe practice. Understanding and preventing cross-contamination isn't just a nice-to-have skill. It's one of the absolute most critical questions you're going to face in any head chef interview. You have to prove without a doubt you can protect the customer.
So, to wrap all of this up, surviving a grueling shift and rising all the way to the rank of Master Chef requires a perfect, unwavering balance. You really must possess the soul to honor the ancient art of the masala box, while simultaneously having the strict discipline to enforce the rigid, modern science of food safety. Mastering that duality, that is the true mark of a master.
We've covered the booming global demand, the deep ancient roots, those ingenious master gravies, and the absolutely critical safety standards. You now hold the foundational blueprint of exactly how a professional Indian commercial kitchen operates. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. Now that you understand the heat, the history, and the science, where is your culinary journey going to take you? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.